Sherene Hess, Commissioner Mike Keith, Indiana County Commissioner segment with us this morning. Bonnie Dunlap not here today, and Commissioner Keith, you tell us that she's in Washington, D.C. today. Pretty important thing that she's at.
Yeah, she's actually attending with the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission what they call a DC fly-in. Her and Director Stauffer from the planning office are down there. And basically, each county is going to have an opportunity to basically pledge or ask what they need for the counties, and Bonnie's down there representing Indiana County. Some of the things that they'll be asking for is infrastructure and economic development, business for like business parks, the 119 Business Park, the Technology Park, corporate campus, also workforce development funding, housing funding for the homes around here in Indiana County, and also technology funding for the broadband expansion, which is a project that we're going to continue moving on, and also services for funding the mental health and drug and alcohol services. So, yeah, she's down there with other members, like I said, working on that for us.
She took Indiana County's grocery list with her.
Yes,
Yes.
that she did.
And it's a long one.
Yeah. On that grocery list, Sherene, did she include a state budget?
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but not even the federal government can deliver that. There's only one body that can deliver that, and that is our state lawmakers and the governor.
True enough.
And boy, we're feeling the budget crunch now, aren't we? I mean, as I said to you, Mike, a couple of moments ago, it's like every day the vice gets squeezed a little tighter, and it's going to eventually land on our counties and our school districts.
Yeah, we've started our budget process, and we have sent the budgets out to all the departments right now. They were actually to be due back in yesterday from all the departments. Now we're going to take a look at them for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. We're going to look and see what they send back to us, and then we're going to start sitting down, having budget hearings with each one of them, and we're working on our budget.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really, really important, but it's really, really difficult, Sherene, right now, because you don't know what the allocation is from the state, and therefore you're asking people that don't know what's in the account to be judicious in the way that they're going about preparing their spending plans.
Right.
But they have to any time anyway.
They do, but they are being asked to plan their entire year based on something that may or may not occur, and according to the state budget. And I think people don't realize that counties do rely on state funds and federal funds for a lot of what they deliver to the communities. Mm-hmm. So when there's a delay, sure, it might come later, it may not. There have been years when that didn't happen, but the delay never helps. It is always a challenge. That unknown is a challenge. And then if counties they are collectively needing to dip into their reserves, and that's interest. I mean, those are interest-bearing reserves, or they are even having to borrow money to pay, for these services, because the last thing we want is to have to discontinue services.
Yeah. One of the interesting things to me about it is, hearing the list of things that Mike was talking about, that Bonnie is going to be talking in Washington about, housing, infrastructure, internet, all of these different things. It's a really, really key time for Indiana County in terms of what's going to be happening here with Homer City Redevelopment. There are going to be specific needs to upgrade all of those areas. So scraping up the money to do these things before the money is actually coming in, the benefit of Homer City Redevelopment and doing everything that it's doing, it's really essential, and it has to be found somewhere in order to make Indiana County what it needs to be for this to happen.
You have to be prepared for development to come in, and that's one thing that Indiana County has worked hard to do, is be prepared. That's what business parks are about, and pad-ready sites, and the infrastructure, water, sewer lines, stormwater management, broadband, and we're in kind of a unique area with our topography. It's difficult with broadband and even other infrastructure types of developments. But that's one thing we've worked hard to do over these years, is be prepared. So yes, we're excited that development is on the horizon. But it's not like you can take the victory lap. You have to keep on, what's the next project? And that's why it's important for us to be represented well in Washington, D.C. and Harrisburg. And I think every one of us that's at this leadership level does that every day we go to work, whether it's locally or at the state or at a federal level, is represent Indiana so that they know we're here and that we're working hard to make these communities thrive.
Yeah. Mike, when we think about the Indiana County development parks, the industrial parks that we have built and worked so hard to make them accessible and ready to go when needed, I don't know what the capacity is and how much of that capacity is already taken up, but it's been a real big benefit to Indiana County to have them, to bring businesses in. And that need is probably only going to expand with what's coming.
It will. And that's the nice thing about Indiana County. I've always said our planning commission, and along with Director Stauffer, the staff over there have done amazing things to get what they call ready site pads available for businesses. Because when a business looks to come into an area, they don't want to be looking for real estate, and they don't want to figure out how they're going to put the infrastructure into place and everything. They're ready to move in and start building because they have a plan and they have to keep on track with what they're going to produce. And again, they're all out there to make a dollar, and that just is opportunity for us being ready to afford giving them, or not giving them, but actually make it available for them to build on.
Yeah. The DEP hearing that is happening at the KCAC tomorrow is specifically about air quality, and that's what the subject matter is going to be limited to. However, there are environmental groups and really the DEP permit that got preliminary approval yesterday, or was announced yesterday. And much of the focus of data centers is their use of water and whether we are protecting our water resources adequately when these data centers come in. There are all kinds of stories about other states and how they have not protected their water. I'm sure it's a question that you have as county leaders, and many have, is the water usage issues that come up with a plant such as this. Are they being protected? Some groups say no. So far, what I've read seems to be they've really worked hard to make that happen. Are you guys satisfied with that?
Looking from and hearing from what the plans are, coming into play, the power plant that was there before, we all know it operated on coal. This plant now being built is natural gas, which is much cleaner than the coal. It's using the same water source it had before, and the water source really has not been changed or anything. And the development of the new power plant, the technology and everything to actually move forward is going to be up to date. It's going to be state of the art.
Yeah, won't have that sluicy offshoot of it all either.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's natural for people to have questions about something new, and it's a new kind of technology, and there's always an uncertainty about the unknown. So I think that water, it's not so much water quality, it's quantity when it comes to data centers. And again, nothing's, as we always hear, nothing's been inked. So we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we have make some reasonable conclusions. And I think it's a healthy discussion to talk about what the issues could be and have the authorities and the experts in the room to answer those questions. So I look forward to healthy discussions about these matters. And it's not just water, it's land use, it's air quality, it's quality of life. So there are a lot of questions, and I hope these kinds of hearings will shed some light on the questions. We have on the horizon some exciting times for Indiana County, and I think the aim of most leaders, if not all of them, is that everyone can share in the prosperity that is supposed to come to Indiana County.
That's
We're
well put.
very hopeful.
That's well put, because I think we initially saw the Homer City Redevelopment plans, and we said, wow, look at the jobs that are coming here, and look at the opportunities that those jobs are going to bring economically to Indiana County, and they are tremendous, and they're going to be a great benefit to Indiana County. But the quality of life. We expect that when something happens like that, that the quality of life, the availability of infrastructure and everything else, all of it's going to be upgraded. And we anticipate that, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah. It was probably 2 years ago. I had an opportunity to go down to the cracker plant in Beaver County.
Mm-hmm.
And I toured that site. I was actually amazed to see, first of all, the site itself and how it was built. But the thing that really came out of that was there's 750 permanent jobs at that site working today. And later on, for every employee working at that site, 16 jobs come out of that.
Wow.
So that's a domino effect that we all see coming from these opportunities that are before us.
Yeah, yeah. And as a county, of course, you do your best to take advantage of every one of those different benefits that come through, and it really does make it exciting. People talk about housing. That is certainly a concern. We want to make sure that if people have a place to live, so that if they're working here, they're living here too, and adding to the tax base, and it's all part of the formula, isn't
Absolutely.
It is.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
housing and services and amenities, it's all this ecosystem of what it takes to make communities be thriving and happy. So we're very excited. And as any good leader will do, we're going to hold all the parties accountable, including our community leaders. So, again, I can't say enough how exciting what time it is.
Yeah.
But, challenges ahead, too.
Get that state budget in place, and we can
Yes,
start work
please.
on that domed stadium. And all kinds of things could happen.
You never
Yes.
know.
Well, our thanks to both of you for coming over to visit with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We are 3 minutes away from the top of the hour right now. Fox News is coming your way. And then we follow that up with news from our WCCS newsroom. Josh Whittison is there. That hearing tomorrow is at the KCAC and will involve officials of the Department of Environmental Protection.